New at 6, in the last 30 years, more couples have gotten divorced and remarried later in life. It's a phenomenon many call the Gray Remarriage.
But as people try to blend families, especially when children are involved, you may hit financial pitfalls. Sarah Hammond explains why it's so important to have a solid financial plan.
When Cindy Maybe got divorced, she didn't know if she would find love again.
There's a part of you that says, okay, at this age, do you start again?
Hopeful she would meet her match, she joined an online dating site.
Wow, it's a little overwhelming.
But right as she was about to end her membership, she got a message from Pete.
He was genuine. He was very sincere.
They met in person, and before long, the two eloped on a ski slope with her 4 sons and his 2 dogs.
I feel 100% loved and cherished by him.
Pete and Cindy aren't the only couple who found love later in life. The Pew Research Center says 1 in 4 divorces in the U.S. involves people over 50, and divorce rates have doubled in that demographic in the last 30 years. But almost 70% of people 55 to 64 actually get remarried. But when it comes to blending a family together, especially if there are children involved, finances can get tricky.
We're beneficiaries, but we still have separate banking accounts.
While Cindy and Pete have a financial plan, many don't. Allison Dubrell, director of financial planning at Wealthway, says that's a mistake.
And there might be pitfalls out there that you haven't realized.
She says her remarried clients either want to put all of their money into one account or keep it all separate.
Each of those have pros and cons.
Putting your money in a joint account could potentially lead to a major problem down the line.
What can happen if you don't do your planning properly is you can unintentionally disinherit children.
She says if one of you passes away, all the money could go to your spouse and they can do what they want with it. On the flip side, Dubrell says keeping finances separate can lead to problems when it comes to long-term health care.
What if one of you needs full-time nursing home care or in-home health care for an extended period of time, and that spouse runs through all of their money? What happens then?
Dubrell says that is one reason it is vital to stay on top of your estate plan.
It's not necessarily a set it and forget it. You need to stay on top of these things.
Whatever route you decide to take with your blended family, Dubrell has 3 key pieces of advice.
Have a plan, be proactive, work with professionals, because you just don't know what you don't know.
As for Cindy and Pete, with finances in order and love in the air on their 1-year anniversary, they couldn't be happier.
I don't want to spend my life with anybody else.
Sarah Hammond, 13 News Now.
To learn more about financial planning for a blended family, look for this story on 13newsnow.com.
Just search the word remarriage.